what does it mean to you to have a product from Italy here at your namesake club?
It's an honor, without a doubt. And again, when Vinny first approached me, I was a little bit skeptical, or at least a little curious, as everyone was. But then I tasted it, and then did some research of the history of the spirits. Obviously, in the north of Italy, there's a tradition of fine distilled spirits, grappa, moscato, other products that are made there. And so, look, I mean, everyone knows about Italian cars, Italian suits, Italian wine, Italian food, everything. But so we feel that they put the same passion and emotion and quality into the vodka, and I think it shows. So, I mean, I encourage everyone to taste it too. I mean, again, we say, look, we believe the product stands on its own with any of the big guys out there as well. So, as Vinny said, it's also like a work. It's selling vodka. I mean, Vinny would go down to spring training, would have cases, and would go to the different establishments and talk to distributors and stuff. So I've actually enjoyed that project as well, because when I put my heart into something, I know it's not easy. And then when I was like, man, you know what, this is work. You got to get out there and you got to meet people and you got to say, hey, try it. And we're fortunate that with his hard work and a little bit of my public visibility, people are like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. But everyone that's sort of tasted it and tried it really has enjoyed it. But the Italian part is something we're both very, very proud of.
Questions?
Mike or
Yes, sir.
How much have you been able to watch this year's Mets? What has been your takeaway seeing them through this part of the season?
Well, I think they're a very good ball club. And I think they're doing a lot of things right, and I'm excited about the ability of them to bounce back after a couple of hurdles this year. But look, the playoffs are another season in itself, and I think what you do is you try to bring the momentum up to the end of the year. It is important. I know that it's a little different with the wild card and the playoff teams, and if you get a bye, I believe, in the first round, you still have to take all this into account. But look, if you play the game the way they're playing the game, there's no question they can beat anybody. And you just, number one, have to stay healthy. Number two, have to continue to do the things that a good team does. Play together, pick each other up. The bullpen has to stay strong. So I think now the mission is hopefully having a strong finish and putting themselves in a good position to go deep into October.
What's it like seeing them in a division race with Atlanta again after you had so many of those during your time here?
Yeah, it was funny. I saw Larry Chipper a few weeks ago at a card show, and we were talking about the old times. I see Smoltzy, and look forward to playing golf with those guys soon. And yeah, I mean, we had some history. It's a very cool rivalry. It's very special in baseball, obviously, an interdivision rivalry, as is with Philadelphia, as is with most of the teams here. I mean, the teams are all, there's not one team that's going to lay down for this team, because I think a lot of the other teams want to prove and sort of obviously be spoiler. I mean, that's also something that this team is going to have to rise to that challenge as well down the stretch. But, you've seen what they can do when they're healthy and they're playing well together, and they have a lot of weapons. They have a lot of versatility on the offense, guys that can swing the bat. Obviously, the starting pitching healthy has been amazing. So that's what you got to do is just keep it going, and hopefully they have that good momentum going into the off season. Yes, sir.
Hey, Mike.
Hi. Hey, what's up?
Not much. Kind of piggyback on that. What did you get to watch last weekend's Braves series? And what was it like watching them fare so well against a team that was kind of like the roadblock for you guys for that 98 to 2001 period, where it just kind of like, as well as you guys did, you never quite get past them?
Yeah. Well, I've said before, the frustrating part was when we were going up against the Braves, and everyone's saying, well, you guys always struggle with them. Well, they had 4 Hall of Famers, so they were a good ball club. Yeah. I think maybe it's good that it's sort of the next generation. Sometimes you just need sort of to turn the page, and new guys don't know about the sort of the struggles we had, or at least I mean, they were a great team. As I said, they had 4 Hall of Famers. We always had our good games, great battles with them. Obviously, we can never really go over get over the top with them. But the one time we did go to the World Series, we were fortunate to play St. Louis, and they had lost their round. So look, they were at a time when they needed a good series, and I felt that was an interesting test of a team. When you're a little bit like, everyone's like, oh, is this their struggle point? And they were able to dig down deep and have a good series. So I think and hope that that's an indicator for good things to come in the future.
Mike, Old Timers Day coming up in a couple weeks. What does it mean for a fan base to see all those players together again? What are your thoughts on it, and what can we expect?
Well, I was in the gym this morning, and my daughter said to me, "Daddy, you better stretch." And I realized that I'm not very flexible as I used to be. So, I look at it this way: it's just one game, so I'll probably be in the tub afterwards because I'll be really sore. But as you mentioned, it's going to be it's a great roster. It's going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, those events haven't been really prevalent in the last few years, and I think this is exciting. I mean, the roster is really great. It's going to be fun. I mean, I wish we could play more than 3 innings. I think we should. I said, why don't we start at noon, play a double hit? But no, it's going to be cool. I mean, the thing that's most exciting, and again, is a different era because I didn't have social media and I didn't really get to see the way fans sort of react to things before they happen. They just kind of happen, and then the aftermath was that. But the fact that the fans are extremely excited about it gets us excited because we're like, what do they want to see us for? We're yesterday's news. But I think it's. But I've said before, I'm tampering the expectations. I mean, people are like, you got to go deep, you got to go deep. I'm like, I just want to make contact. So if I hit the ball hard, everyone's like, go Hoppa. I'm like, go Hoppa. I haven't swung a bat in 7 years. Oh my God. So, let's just keep things a little bit low expectation, and if I catch one, that'll be a treat, I guess.